guys, this is John. Welcome back to the channel. This is a part 2 of sorts. We're going to get more bikes ready for the Auburn Museum. Not sure if you're aware, but there's a show coming up in June 7th through 9th. It's called Classic Bicycles Auburn, and it's at the Auburn Museum. So you can see some cool cars and some cool vintage bikes. So we got this bike ready, the Bianchi, in the last video. Matter of fact, I just posted it today. And now, today, we got a big job. We are going to get the Jack Taylor ready. Now, this bike's unique. Let's pull it out and get her started. Now, this bicycle has been on the channel before, and it is a gem. It's such a unique beast. In 1980, the Taylor brothers were still building bicycles. And if you don't know their history, I'm going to link a video down below that is just awesome. And this bike is unique. Why? It is a tourist model. It's a touring bike. But if you look at it, it's got some unique features. Let's pretend this bike, for a moment, is a tandem in 1980. It has a 1 1/8 inch headset, oversized. Didn't see that on a regular bike back then. Has a tandem fork. I can only imagine how harsh this thing rides. You have dual rear brakes. Now that's kind of funky. Why would you need that? All your braking power is in the front. Well, if you were fully loaded down with packs, 100 pounds worth of packs, those rear brakes would come in handy. What else do we got here? We have head-tube mounted ratchet shifters. I'm not going to say that's the best thing in the world. I've never seen it before in my lifetime. I've been doing this a long time. You got front and rear racks, Blackburns, of course. What do we have here? We have 48 spoke Philwood hubs. You got a Schrader valve, which is nice and crooked. And we got some double wall rims. Now here, check this out, guys. Ray Bloom wheels, Downey, California. Hey, if you know about them, tell me in the comment section below what you know about them. Are they still in business? What's the story? Now, this bike was cleaned up in a past video. Actually, I didn't clean it in the video because I didn't know how to edit back then. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this apart. We're going to get rid of the Avocet crank, probably remove the bottom bracket, put on a cog. Not sure if we're keeping this chain. We'll see. And we're going to put this crank on. Why? Because it's cool and it's more apropos. I love this crank. It's a new old stock Strong-Like crank I got from Paul from the Bicycle Museum in Elizabeth, Illinois. Now, what do we have to do here? You know what? I'm getting rid of this tape. Sorry. I think I test rode the bike once with it. It's going away. I'm going to put some cloth on there. I have to put some new hoods. We have a Modolo dual rear brake lever. Pretty cool. Is that funky? So we're going to change cables. All right, we're going to replace the hoods, get the brakes rolling. Another friend named Paul Murphy, some of you guys know him, got me some Mayfac straddle cable holder thingamajiggers. So yeah, I'm jacked. Let's get this thing rolling. Let's start by unhooking some brakes. Well, you can't hook these, it looks like. You have to go all the way through. You know, it's been so long since I worked on this thing. I forgot that I just tied all the cables up like this. Yeah, these are pretty ancient and pretty dry. Look how tricky it is to get these cables out. It just wants to travel down the lever. I have to get those out. I have to pick at them off camera here. I did bring some goodies from home. Some casing. The new old stock Modolo hoods. Some extra brake wire. Derailleur wire. And gotta clean this up. A 5-speed Suntour cog. So here we go. Here's our little dilemma here. This is the right hood, but check this out. 2 holes, 1 hole. What is the solution? Well, I'm thinking I'm going to just slice this, zip, just like that. You and I could cringe together as we do it. I'm thinking side cutter. I don't know. What do you think? Side cutter? Knife? That might be the ticket. Let's do that. All right, I can't think of a good way to film this, so I'm just going to give it a slicerini. And I'm going to slice it maybe too small. And I could always slice it again. Ready? All right, ready, set, go. Huh. Well, it's a little big, but I think that's what I had to do. So I'm going to go lubricate these things, put them on, and let's see how it worked. As usual, I'm going to put them in some hot, soapy water. Let them sit and let them soften up. All right, let's put these on. These are original Madoas. I hope they don't split. I didn't show the whole wrestling match that ensued there, but looks like we're okay. My nightmare scenario is when I cut the wrong hood. All right, get this baby in there. I don't know about you guys. I'm praying I don't split it. You have to keep lifting it over these tabs because the ends of the brake lever catch the rubber. So last night I'm laying awake in bed and I'm thinking, I'm going to have to stretch this over. Not looking forward to that. Get a little wet a little bit. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. It's oversized compared to the other side, guys. Oh, look at that. It's like I've done it before, but I've never done it before. I'm hoping that those cables stay put in there. They're not flopping around. All right, let's go put them on. Well, guys, this is not an easy task. You got to put it through one of the holes here, and it's going to come out the top without going through here. So yeah, this is going to be a challenge, and you can't cross them. So let's poke a little. Let's see if this works. It's in there, and we're poking away. So far, no good. I'm not going to burn a bunch of film doing this. Now, it took about 3 or 4 minutes. I had to bend. I kinked the end of the cable over to a side, and I spun it, and it came right in. And the second one went through in the first poke. Go figure that one out. So the good news is there's no risk of these sliding out. There's no way for those to come out. All right, we get that put together. Now, I'm not going to finish that up. I'm not going to tape it first. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to change the cranks, put the freewheel on, etc., put some pedals on. Then I can sit on the bike with the proper seat height and make sure these levers are where I want them before I tape. How's that for the massive catch-22? You might ask what's wrong with these Avocet cranks. I would say nothing. I don't like the gearing, and it's just not working. That's too small, and the clearance isn't right. There's so many things that are not right. So we're going to be experimenting with some bottom bracket widths. These Avocet cranks are pretty sweet if you look at them, and they got a 24 tooth low. But with that span, you got to find a derailleur that could wrap that. The very next day, I got to ride with my daughter. It's the first time we rode together in quite a bit, so what a blessing that was. All right, now guys, it's a couple days later. It is Monday, it's Memorial Day, and I'm going to spend the evening in the garage. A beautiful evening with rain on the way, and we are going to get back in this Jack Taylor. We're going to get this thing back together. We got the correct bottom bracket in there now, which is a fill wood, and we're going to put this crank on. Oh, she's pretty. Ooh, she's pretty. And we're going to put on some SP11 pedals with toe clips after we make room for new dirt, shine those up. What else are we gonna do? We're gonna tape the bars and string it up and we're ready to go. Now I just barely wet this with a little bit of lubricant. Here we go. Looks like we have some clearance there, but we gotta tighten this up, see what happens. All right, couple grunts tight. Well, nice little factoid. Your Philwood hubs take a 1/4 inch. So it's not metric. It's not a 6, not a 7. It's a 1/4 inch. With a little bit of lubrication on the threads, we are going to thread this puppy on. There we go. Now it seems to me we got too much chain here. So we're going to put it in the big combination and see what kind of slack we got. Just the height here. Have to go down because we're coming down from a 52 to a 50. And those who have never adjusted a cyclone derailleur, this cage really climbs when you pull it out, so should be good. Okay, so I got the front derailleur hooked up. I'm in the big ring. In the big ring in the back, it looks like I could probably knock links out of here. This rear derailleur is very forgiving. If you don't know a dual part derailleur, I'll go over that in a second. But I also learned that this freewheel is munched. It looks pretty, but it's grinding. So I'm going to take a couple links out and try again. Or should I keep it as is? Let's go through the gears. Man, that derailleur shifts so good in the back. All right, with the chain where it's at, I could go to the middle gear and the middle gear here without bottoming it out. I think I'm going to take 2 links out. I don't normally run this gear anyway, but we got the ability. We're gonna take 2 more links out of here. All right, we're 2 links shorter. Got the proper almost 45 here, 45 degrees. Gosh, this thing's just awesome. Son of a gun. A little lesson on the Hooray dual par rear derailleur and why this is so good. The reason why this rear derailleur shifts so well is because of these little pieces here. Watch this. See how that pivots? That is sprung to push the pulley wheel, the top pulley wheel, up towards the cog. What you'll find interesting is you can run any size freewheel with this, even a corn cob. Believe it or not, you could do it with a corn cob. But yeah, watch her go. And it's very precise because that rear pulley wheel, or the top pulley wheel, is close to the cog. Best shifting ever, no question. I want to make sure I like where the hoods are. Look at that. That actually feels really good. I can't have them any further up. I really don't want them further down. I think we're in a good place. Nice random hour bar. Well, this is a bummer. I went to tape the bars and fold this up, and when I did, it ripped the hood. So I do have another hood here somewhere. I do have another hood here, but yeah, that's trashed. What a bummer. Okay, so I did replace the hood. This wasn't quite the precision cut I was hoping for here, but it's just gonna have to do. I think when I tape the bars, I'm gonna do a crisscross underneath without folding up the hood. So we're gonna give that a try. All right, so I got it wrapped up, and of course I ripped it here, and I ripped it underneath, and I got a lousy tape job because of it, because there's no tape in this thing without folding this up. So I'm going to order a set of repopped hoods, but I'm not going to get them in time for the show. There's just no way. So I'm going to do as best I can, and we're going to show the bike with the shitty hoods. Look at me. Look at me. I'm sweating. I know it's a little warm in here, but I'm taping these bars, and I've taped 1,000 cloth tape handlebars. And I've never had this much trouble. The tape isn't flexible. You didn't see it because I was like just doing this. And yeah, pain in the ass. Now this hood, I got fed up. I folded it up and it actually didn't break. The other one is broken and or ripped. So yeah, we'll redo that one later. But in the meantime, I gotta get this thing strung up. We got ourselves a rainy afternoon on a Saturday, and we're continuing to do work on the Jack Taylor. I almost said the James Taylor. So yeah, we're gonna put some pedals on, we're gonna string it up, and I think we're gonna be done at that point. Now we got some great pedals for this bike. Check these out. We have the coveted SR SP11 platform pedals. These are fantastic pedals for a lot of reasons. Number one, they're rebuildable and adjustable, and I did that already on these. And yeah, they take a good toe clip. This limits your foot so you don't slide in. Got this little slot, which is great for your strap, and they don't have a quill. They're flat. So these are great, great pedals, great touring pedals. You can probably hear the rain in the background. It's very relaxing, I'll tell you what. Got the door open. Now I put in some new old stock XL Christoph toe clips. And yeah, in good shape. I usually push them pretty far out. It's just my preference to the outside of the pedal. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be using these when I do my ride. I'm going to ride the Ohio and Erie Trail. And I'm excited to do that. There's a very good chance that I'll be using these clipless pedal, Crank Brothers, and same pedals I have on my my daily rider, which is my Moots Route 45. A little bit of grease. It's yet another day, and we're going to finish this baby up today. It is, what day is today? Today is Tuesday, and we're leaving for the show on Friday morning at the Auburn Museum. So, yeah, we got to get this baby done, so let's get rolling again. All right, I brought some goodies from home. We got some cat eye bar end plugs, which are perfect. Can't be dust caps. This is for the cranks. Now, the ones I have in there don't seem to be sitting all the way in. And then I have assorted barrel adjusters for the brakes and cable stops. Now we have this little basic one for here. I'm kind of lamenting the fact that it doesn't have an adjusting barrel. But I think we could do without. This is a 1 1/8 inch cable stop here. It's an oversized headset. So I'm going to try to find a different hanger. In the meantime, I'll just use this basic one here. Now in the back, you can see here, this cable stop is awfully close to here. Plenty of room on this one. It actually sits a little higher. This one's a little bit lower. And you can see it's got to travel from here to here. And it's quite a quick cut. So I need a really low profile cable stop here. Now this one, believe it or not, is from a brake. It's actually from a brake set. I'm trying to remember which one it is. And, oh geez, I can't even get that in. Ah! Okay. Now here's a really short one. Let's see how that goes in. And there's supposed to be a lock nut. I do have a lock nut for this one, but honestly, I think the lock nut just takes too much space. I really have to cut that corner with a casing. So let's see how this goes. But we could put the lock nut underneath and still lock it. So there you go. I don't think I'm gonna get any closer to that. I need a more low profile. Then I'll take this nut underneath to lock it. I don't know if locking it's necessary. Can't imagine it backing off or anything. This one, I think it's from a Weinman brake set. I like this one. And this one I can do the easy, quick adjustments on. Look at that. All right, so we can string that up. So I got my cable casings. I got all my little brake parts that I need. I even have a third hand for cantilever brakes. So let's get started. I think we'll start with the front brake. All right, this doesn't look too bad. It's kind of busy down there, doesn't it? Looks good. So now the back brakes are pretty tricky. I have to thread them twice. I got two casings here. One's just slightly shorter than the other. And we're gonna put that on the right side of the bike. Now, much to your guy's chagrin, I am running these cables what you would call the wrong way. Boink. And you would call them the wrong way because I'm putting them in front here. And I'm putting them in front only because the way the cable runs next to the shifter. The one problem I could foresee is this, how floppy this is, because the hood's not holding onto it and the ferrule doesn't sit 100% perfect on the lever. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'll hook them both up and zip tie them both together to see what happens. All right, off camera I put that on. It looks a little too long. I think I'm gonna knock maybe a 1/4 inch off, see how that looks. Let's try again. Run smooth, looks better. Give that a try. Now, something that's important when you're adjusting dual rear brakes, and I remember this from my youth, doing a couple tandems, is that these transverse cables have to be the same size. If not, they'll pull differently. You know, I love being a bike mechanic. I enjoy working on bicycles. I love working on old bicycles. I'm not enjoying myself right now, just to be clear. This is not fun. All right, don't feel too bad. A wee bit spongy, but that might be a function of the length of this transverse cable. So let's put the other brake on. We might have to adjust some shoes a little bit too. All right, the casing looks a bit long, don't you think? Let me take it down to about here. I think that might work. That seems to work. Maybe it'll help if I tie these babies together and I get a better adjustment in the back. All I have is the large zip ties here, and I'm going to switch those to short ones later. I want to get this adjustment done and see if this even helps. Let's do one more. And I think that actually might help. Not excited about putting this last anchor bolt in, or this straddle cable bolt thingamajigger. I'm going to take this rack and peel it back. It's just in the way. Well, that made a lot of difference. Got a lot more real estate to work with here. Now this is kind of cool. Dual action brakes. Who knows if they'll stop, but they sure look cool. How fun is that? Well, as you can see, these cables are not coming out perfectly straight. They don't have enough spring pressure to like spring up like this. And I'm contemplating a couple things. I might actually, maybe I'll add a zip tie here. There'll be less flex here. We'll see. We're gonna give this thing a test drive. I think we're like done. What's up with that? Toe clip straps, that's what I need. Get the seat at the right height. Make sure everything's tight, which I think it is. And wow, I'm excited. Let's get this thing outside and see how she looks. Look at this thing. This thing is crazy. I'm going to ride this thing. I got to find some shoes. If I don't have compatible shoes, I'm going to ride it barefoot. I don't care. Check this out. All 15 speeds of goodness here with your new old stock strung light crank, your titanium Hooray Duo Par, dual rear brakes. You got your dual shifters, you got your AM FM cassette, all-wheel drive. Not really, but check this thing out. This is gorgeous. This is Jack Taylor goodness, totally custom built. Haven't seen one like it. Phillip brazed, Reynolds tubes, and yeah, beautiful. That's a newer Brooks saddle. Randonauer bars, nice and wide. Beautiful bike. Wonder what the wheelbase is. I'm going to measure it. All right, this bike has the vertical drops on it. Before I do this, I want you to put in the comments section what you think the wheelbase is on this thing. Also, for you guys with a really good eye, what do you think the head tube angle is? That's a good question too. All right, let's put a ruler up this thing. All right, do it right now. Put it in the comment section. All right, I have my dithers. Something tells me about 42. I know that's long, but let's see if that's right. All right, center to center of the axle. Whoa. Hey guys, just short of 42. Just a hair short. 41 7/8. That's a good size bike. That's a long bike. Well, the only shoes I could find were not the right shoes. They're not going to fit in the toe clips. I'm riding this baby barefoot. I don't have a choice. Fit feels good. Well, that definitely hurts my feet, that's for sure. But I'm glad I got on this thing. This thing actually fits really well. I can't wait to get on this thing and do a longer ride. I'm gonna have to do that after the show. Come to the Auburn Museum on Sunday if you just can't do the whole weekend. I think it's $15. And there's a swap, a bike show where you get bikes are being judged, all the top of the line creme de la creme, except for the crap I'm bringing. And it should be a lot of fun. So, whew, hopefully we see you there. Check out the link in the description below and you can sign up. Hey, I really want to thank you guys for watching. You make this kind of lonely hobby a little bit less lonely. And what can I say? I really appreciate it. I really enjoy this format. I enjoy showing the bikes. I can't do this anywhere else. I ride with a bunch of guys on Thursday nights and none of them care about these bikes. They just care if it's carbon fiber or if it's got an electric motor. So, hey, thanks so much for watching. Now, do me a favor. If you made it this far, if you like this kind of content, please subscribe to the channel. Why do we moan about that? It's because it helps the algorithms. More people see it. More people get it as a suggested video moving forward. And you just get more views. It just enlarges the community. Coming up soon, the next video is going to be a video on this show we keep talking about. It's going to be from the Auburn Museum. I'm not sure if we're going to do 1 or 2 videos from there, one highlighting bikes, another one maybe even highlighting people. There's going to be some great frame builders there, and just crazy camping know-it-alls that really know a lot more than I do. I'm going to learn a lot from this show. So I'm really excited about that. After that, we are going to take apart and rebuild a 1978 Schwinn Volare. Now, some of you are going to love this. Some of you are not going to love it. Why? It's going to be probably an hour and a half or 2 hours long. I might split it into 2 different episodes, if you will, because I'm going to show every detail. And usually I kind of skip through things a little bit like a how-to, but maybe not necessarily. I hate doing those. People just pick at those. But yeah, you're going to see a lot of detail, and I'll give you little hints if you want to fast forward through things, so you can do so. All right, that's about it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. And hey, check out the videos right here. Right here. These 2 videos right here. Check them out.